reaction. All right, welcome to the show where a guy that watches movies, reviews movies, and discusses movies with a guy that doesn't watch movies.
And today, we watched a movie.
We just got out of the theater almost right away, and we forgot to do our first reaction on shorts.
But it's right here now, I guess.
Hey, man, this is our first reaction right out the theater. It's like a 10-minute drive of me not being able to talk about the movie much.
Yeah, I felt that I just blared music so that we didn't have to start.
Yeah, that worked.
If I
it
talked,
worked.
it would have been about the movie.
It definitely worked. So we watched the movie M3GAN. The story, I know the stories by James Wan, who did The Conjuring, the Saw franchise.
Malignant.
I love Malignant. It's better a second watch through. You should watch it a second time.
Did I? I feel like I didn't, but I probably would.
You should. It's better the second time because you know what's coming. So it's kind of funny. But yeah, so this guy's he didn't direct this film. He didn't write the screenplay, but he co-wrote the story.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that.
Do you write the story? If you construct the story to the story, then go to another guy that gets processed.
It can, but
into
most people that make up stories just make the script.
Mm.
But sometimes people don't got time for that. Yeah. But
where do you really want to start with this one? Do you have anything to say off the top of your head?
Yo, that doll was fucking
Spoiler alerts, by the
creepy.
way, guys. If you're watching this, it's gonna be spoiled.
If you haven't seen it, go see someone else's review.
It was very not aesthetically pleasing, that doll. It was very if I saw that in real life, I'd be like, oh, this is the start to a movie, and I should probably get out of here.
Get the fuck out of there. This must be a universe where there's no Chucky, there's no Child's Play movies, because if you see those movies, you know to get the fuck out of Dodge. As soon as the doll starts doing shit on its own, you gotta go. The first red flag should have been the time that she told her to shut down,
and she didn't, right?
She said, "Are you okay?" instead of actually shutting down. That was the first red flag.
We're like, yo, yikes! That's not how this should work. You listen to me.
As soon as they act a little bit different.
In the beginning of the film, the first red flags that came to me, not that the doll was evil, but this is gonna get bad, was when the I guess her aunt, right? Because it's her mom's sister.
her mama's sister.
She was very not putting the kid first. She seemed very, I gotta finish my project. Wasn't really thinking long term. She just kind of wanted success.
Yeah.
And kind of put the kid in the face of it all. And I was like, okay, so this is not gonna end well. This does not seem like characters that.
No.
There needs to be some development in these characters, or this is not gonna end well.
But I will say one negative: it was kind of predictable. I must protect her at all costs type of thing. I knew that was gonna happen. Just like when she initially turns it on and pairs her, you kind of got the vibe that was gonna happen.
Yeah, you're like, okay, so something's gonna die
for sure. And she looks creepy already. It was a little too much. And they went through the toy company wanted it to just be on the shelves as fast as possible.
Yeah, they're trying to ramp this thing out.
They did no testing. They didn't test any problems or anything, and the kid was so attached to it, she almost didn't even let her test it because she couldn't get away from it.
Her attachment seemed so crazy, but that's probably how that would play in real life.
It would actually. It's something that people that lose parents deal with.
Even if the kid was a normal kid, the doll is
really
scientifically
cool.
designed to map what you want out of it, kind of.
Yeah, so
if you react negatively,
knows
it's
how
to change
how
instantly.
to make you like that.
Yeah, so how
it's designed to.
A weird comparison. It kind of makes me think of porn in a sense, where when you have everything accessible online of your wildest imagination, for some people it becomes hard to then integrate the real world and have real stimuli like that.
Yeah.
And so the doll would relate in the sense that if you have a friend that is going to literally be everything you want, like a yes man that also takes care of you and shit and make sure you do everything you need to do, what real need would you have for people, and why would you want to develop relationships with people that aren't genetically engineered to be perfect for you?
And the worst part, the doll agrees with that.
Yeah.
It's if I can't have her, nobody can type of thing. And it was really
why would you really want anyone else if the doll can be everything you want it to?
Yeah, for real. It was just not okay. So when the movie opened up, I thought it was like a trailer commercial.
Yeah, it kind of threw us off.
And then Matt was like, "No, or one of you did.
It was not me.
It wasn't you. I thought it was you at
another
first.
ad.
But Matt was like, "I think this is the movie," and I was like, "Oh."
It would be a little weird if there was a kid's toy
in the
ad
middle
playing.
of the Regal Unlimited commercial.
Yeah.
And they did the credits to the Universal Pictures and stuff, and I was like, that's
an
weird.
interesting take on starting a movie, though, starting it off with a credit scene.
Yeah.
'Cause if you put the DVD in, and you watch it or you stream it online, you know that's when it started.
Yeah,
but in
exactly.
the theaters, you just watch a bunch of ads.
A bunch of trailers and shit. Yeah, for sure. I kind of liked it.
Did you feel like this movie was a little political?
Oh!
I felt like there was a lot of political commentary in the sense that they were trying to shame, people that let their kids be iPad babies.
I guess so.
It's like they showed that they kind of started it very, very early on, the opening scene after the ad where the mom and dad are arguing about the iPad before they die. Like, she should only have a certain amount of screen time. Why'd we give it to her again? And then after that, every time they brought up how bad technology was, they would then cut to a scene with the sister that took the child in, and she'd be on her phone and not being a parent. And it felt like they kind of try to push that angle a little bit on top of
I don't think it was
robot.
like an agenda, more of like how do you say?
Not an agenda, but just a social commentary on how
yeah,
they think.
it was definitely a social commentary, but I feel like it was important, and some parents needed to see that.
Yeah, almost
because technology is great, and our kids develop well with games like Minecraft and learning activities.
Shout out Minecraft, best game ever made.
And activities that are on tablets and stuff, but at the same time you can't do it too much.
Yeah, if
you get dependent, and
I do it too much, and now I just I'm on the computer.
But our brains
all the
aren't
time.
really developing. What if you did it too much at 6?
What I'm thinking is I did do it a lot when I was 10,
think
11,
so?
12. That might be why I do it so much now.
That's possible.
It just kind of becomes part of your routine and shit.
Yeah, that's possible. It definitely does. But yeah, what are some things that you liked about this movie? I was kind of asked, I don't know why I asked that. I should have asked that in my head because it sounded like I was asking you.
You asked yourself. You're like, yo,
okay, I'll let you go first.
No, you're good. Okay.
Good. The girl, the little Katie.
I don't remember her name.
I think it was Katie.
So.
She did great.
She was really good. You brought up that she was in
Black Phone.
Yeah, and I liked that movie a lot. And she played.
I was where do I know her?
She played. In that movie, she wasn't the main character. She's a main character, I guess.
A character.
Yeah, but the center of the story wasn't her.
Yeah.
It was more so, and it gave her a chance to shine.
The aunt is very familiar to me, and I don't remember who she is and what she played in, but it's something I've seen. And I wish I could say it right now, but I don't know what it is, and my phone's all the way over there. So I don't know who it is, but she's very familiar, and she did a good job, too. Everybody kind of did a good job in this movie.
Do you think that, speaking about the girl Katie, her name was in the film, right? Do you think that with young child actors and actresses, they kind of did a social commentary on how it's bad for them to have technology? What do you think being in these kind of roles does for them?
No. Every single child star goes nuts. Most of them go crazy.
So, do you think about that when watching film with kids?
Sometimes. I don't know if you watch the girl from iCarly. She talks about it all the time.
Yeah,
Sam.
Yeah, I forget what her actual name is.
Jeanette
McCurdy.
Yeah. She
wrote a book called I'm Glad My Mom's Dead or something.
Yeah, because her mom pushed her and pushed her, and
she did a podcast with Jordan Peterson's daughter. I watched that.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. And it's definitely harmful to the psyche because they kind of have to skip childhood because they have a job, and it's long hours. So it's and your parents put pressure on you to do it, and you want to listen to your parents and make them happy.
And that job isn't also it's not just how we used to make kids work in factories and shit where nobody's seen it. Her work then gets put on display for people like us to sit behind cameras and talk about.
Yeah.
We're sitting here evaluating the performance of a 12-year-old.
She's top tier.
It's still crazy, though, that she's undergoing that criticism.
Yeah.
What if we thought it was dog shit?
Yeah,
and we're sitting here roasting
bad.
her on the internet.
That's
and
a good point. At least we're not.
Yeah, but still, it's kind of... I wouldn't put my kid through it, I don't think, unless they really wanted it or something. I wouldn't I wouldn't push that onto them, but if they were dog, I really want to do this. Can you help me? Then I probably would. I wouldn't force my kid to do something for any amount of money. If I can't figure out how to make money, I got to find a better situation. I don't know. Yeah. But
the doll was creepy. This movie really reminded me of the remake to Chucky, which you thought was the OG Chucky.
I just thought it looked funny.
He looks really weird. Really weird. Not that creepy, just straight up weird. M3GAN looks straight up creepy, but it wasn't completely like Chucky. It had its own things, like the dance.
Mm-hmm.
The dance was kind of like a good, like it was just cool.
It was weird to me because there wasn't really a reason for it.
It was definitely a trailer moment.
That's fair.
Like a draw you in moment for sure. Because like even when they were marketing it, they did the dance at the halftime show. You said you saw that online.
I saw that they appeared at the halftime show. I didn't watch what it was.
They did the dance with a bunch of like M3GANs.
That's kind of goofy.
Yeah. But it does draw people. That kind of shit does draw people in. It's ridiculous. You know?
It's like, ooh.
They could have did it without that though. Because the movie was honestly entertaining to me.
It was good, and the trailers made it look like it was going to be different than it was.
Yeah. The marketing was really weird for this film.
When I heard about the movie, it sounded like what it actually was, like a doll's going to go crazy, kill some shit.
Yeah.
And then when the trailer started to come out and you start to see more about it, it's like, it looked goofy because they highlighted the dancing scene. They highlighted some other goofy scenes.
Like it actually, honestly, with the trailers, like when I saw like longer trailers, teasers looked good because I don't think teasers had the dance. It just was like a creepy doll. But when they had full length trailers, I started to think it was going to be a bad movie. To be honest, like I was like, this movie's going to be like dumb. I feel like, but when I watched, I was like, okay, this movie's actually entertaining.
It was good.
I was really entertained. There was a little bit of, there was creepy, there was atmosphere. I like that it wasn't just jump scares. There was some atmosphere parts where you were just like on the edge. Like the first time you see her just watching her sleep. I mean, they use that in Chucky sometimes, but like you've already known that the dog gets up and shit. So it like puts it in your head that this doll's watching her sleep, dog.
For hours.
Yeah.
And it's just
like what is she doing while she's sleeping?
Downloading data and thinking of
exactly. Shit. And it's kind of creepy. And they did it pretty well, but we have seen this story before. You technically haven't because you don't really watch Chucky. But
Did it feel like a rehashing of the story, just a tiny bit different?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's okay. Like we can't think of there's only so many things we could think of.
Yeah, there's billions of people. It's okay to see what
like Stephen King talks about how you don't have to make an original story, just make a story your way.
Yeah,
you know,
don't have to make an original story, just make the story original. Yeah, in a sense.
Yeah,
like,
kinda.
Yeah, you can
make your story. Yeah, and like this was a great interpretation of that, and I think it did well, and it was great, and I hope the movie does well.
This was like the first day though, and the theater was empty.
It was scat. Oh no, it was empty. I just remember. There was one other group. Yeah, there was like two groups. Which sucks because it was Friday, but it was our earlier showing. That place was packed when we
were leaving.
Yeah, people don't really do 5; they do like 7, 8.
Yeah, that's fair. Like you would have, if you have school kids, would have had to pick them up and rush there.
Yeah,
and if you have a 9 to 5, you would have had to like teleport there.
Exactly, almost. Yeah.
Like.
That's true.
There's while we were talking, I thought about a weird, like, not plot hole, but something that was not very well explained.
Okay.
One of the boys that was on their team in engineering this bot, the one that got killed in the elevator last, that he transferred a bunch of M3GAN's data to a backup. It never explained why. Was that it seemed malicious. It seemed like he was doing it with some sort of negative intentions.
The one dude that she killed in the elevator. Yeah, he was leaking. He was gonna sell the info.
You think he's gonna do it for money?
Yeah, she called him out on it in the elevator.
Yeah, well, I didn't think she was necessarily calling him out, but was portraying to him a story that she was gonna try to put into the media.
Too, but she was right though.
Like
that would have worked. Like her story would have worked, but a couple people already thought, like at least 3 people thought the doll was killing. So like it probably wouldn't have worked. Because like once there's suspicion, they're going to go down that route. And they'll probably find out what actually happened, even though she kind of deleted all the evidence, so you can't really do that. But at the same time, there's evidence of him leaking their stuff too.
Yeah.
So it could have worked.
Do you think she had the capabilities to corrupt the data he stole? Or did he?
I don't know. I don't know the robot's full like what the doll can really do, because it was kind of absurd how much she could do.
Yeah, and her
capabilities were insane.
She kept getting more power, if that made sense.
Yeah, it was kind of ridiculous, like how much she could do. And AI exists now. Like I was looking up, like they have cameras that can like take photos for you.
That's cool.
100%. Like it's kind of scary in my line of work.
Yeah.
But AI is going to be in our lives, but we got to watch movies like this. This movie reminded me of Terminator 2, if you haven't seen Terminator, which you probably haven't. It's an AI film. And iRobot.
Haven't seen it.
Those kind of things where AI starts to
like manifest
take over. Yeah. We got to watch these movies. These are like kind of like not a history lesson, but like a future lesson. Like we got to be careful.
Keep in mind that this is a plausible reality.
Yeah. Like, and we're going to try to make them better than us because that's going to be the point. And if they end up being better than us, they don't need us. Yeah.
Once they can like make themselves and improve themselves, like how they designed the doll to learn on its own, that does seem dangerous.
Like it's going to be a thing in horror films, but it's going to be a thing in real life, and that's what makes it even scarier.
That's the scariest part of horror sometimes. Yeah. It's not very.
I didn't see actually too much negatives about this, except that some of it was predictable, but it was still good, even though it was predictable.
Honestly,
I enjoyed it.
It did feel very, very predictable.
Yeah.
Like the second the dog bit the girl's arm, it's like, cool, dog's dead.
Yep.
Second, like there's an indication that girl's paired with the bully. It's like, oh, he's dead.
Yeah.
But
100.
They didn't jump scare much, but
there was only a couple. There wasn't much scary parts in them. It wasn't scary.
Yeah, I forget the name of the type of scary, but when it's like
thriller,
when they're doing stuff that's disturbing that it would like involve blood or something or needles, like what's that called?
Gore,
I guess.
Oh, like torture porn.
So like the scene where she's pulling the fucking ear off.
Yeah. And like body horror.
Yeah, and it makes you like queeze.
Yeah.
There were a lot of that.
You were. It was kind of nice.
Gets me.
That stuff does get you. I'm surprised you like slashers because a lot of modern ones have like gory ass.
Well, I don't mind watching people get
like
gutted
over
up.
gore. It's like the little things
like,
that you could
needles.
feel.
I hate needles.
Like the things you think you could. Yeah, they did a good job with that because you could feel your ear being pulled off,
and it just keeps growing. It keeps stretching out until it's fucking off.
I thought it was weird that the cops thought she murdered, like there was a murder, because a car could hit a person and their ear could like somehow get severed and fly.
Yeah.
You know?
But it probably like...
It probably didn't.
It probably looked ripped off, you know? I don't know how...
That's true, too. It was...
I've never seen an ear ripped off in real life, though, so all my
He hasn't watched Mike Tyson fights before. He bit it. He was hungry.
Shared a meme on Facebook the other day that was saying Jake Paul would beat Mike Tyson in their prime, but we won't talk about that.
No,
This has become a different podcast.
No. But I'm in between 3 and 4 here. As a rating.
I didn't even think yet about what I'd rate. I forgot that's a thing we do for
we do rate these films. Huh. It's a review.
I'd probably go...
I'm thinking a 3.
Between where you're at, too, but also probably 3.
I'm probably going to give it a 3 because of predictability. If it was not as predictable, it'd be 4. Because they could have made it somewhat predictable. And it would probably be a 4 if it was someone, but it was highly.
What exactly do you do in this type of film in particular with the route they went not make it predictable?
I don't know.
Once it was like, oh, I'm going to destroy anything that harms her, it kind of becomes very predictable like, oh, you caused harm. Oh, you'll probably die.
So can you really hurt it for that? I don't know. I'll still give it a 3 because I wasn't like overwhelmingly entertained, but it definitely caught my eye, and I really enjoyed this film, and I'll probably watch it again.
That's fair, yeah. I know it's not in contention for 5s. A recent thing I've been thinking when I think about a 5,
it's a rare,
is when you know those times where you watch something and say your bedtime is 3 a.m. or something, and you watch this movie, it ends at 12, and you're like, I either have to rewatch this or I need to sleep because I can't. There's nothing that can follow it up.
Yeah.
It's like when stand-up comics are upset because they've got an opener that fucking kills it. And I gotta follow that.
Yeah.
That's when you know movies are 5.
I've heard stories like that in comedy, actually.
When you're like, I can't put something on now.
Yeah.
That's it. This is it for the night.
That's a wrap.
I'm done with film.
That's why they do main events in situations like that, like headliners. Like if you put the best band that everyone's waiting for first, everyone's gonna leave.
Yeah, and so that's what I think part of my criteria now when I start thinking about 5s, and this definitely was not there. Like, we could put something on right now, I'd watch it, you know?
Yeah.
But I did enjoy it. It's definitely not a 1 or a 2. Like, I didn't feel like,
you wanted to watch Dazed and Confused again almost instantly.
Yeah, that was one of the movies
5.
I gave a 5. That movie was sick. Wait, my only one still?
It might be.
Shit. Damn, I didn't even realize
it's one of the best movies ever made.
With 5s. I'm kind of stingy with them.
You have to be.
Yeah.
You have to be. Perfect film? You have to be.
Yeah.
I think Dazed and Confused is one of the best, but this isn't a Dazed and Confused podcast. This is a 3 out of 5 M3GAN.
But if you want to see a second Dazed and Confused podcast, leave that in the comments. 'Cause I'll watch
Comes
that
out on
shit
4K
again.
soon.
Yo.
I'm going to get that.
Oh, is there anything else you want to say about this before we
No,
wrap it up?
go
or
see
no?
it, man. It was pretty cool. I was actually surprised how good it was because the trailers look like shit.
Yeah, I trying to think if I got any final thoughts, but I think we encompassed it all.
Yep.
All right, thank you guys
Yeah.
for watching.
Like, subscribe.
What else do you want to see us watch?
Follow
or
us
talk
on
about after we watch?
podcasts. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want us to see? What else is coming out? Do we know?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Nothing. I don't really know what's coming. There's a movie called Missing coming out. Some high blockbuster Marvel movies.
Maybe
I
we
guess.
should research and do a video on that.
The
Movies
most
coming out.
anticipated of 2023. This is our first movie of 2023, baby.
Oh, that's kind of crazy. Shout out
Hell
that.
yeah! Shout out 2023.
But I'll stop wasting your guys' time for the
Yep.
ad revenue.
PP.
Goodbye. Adios.
Yep. Later.